easy. It's not.
Okay, so you were unable to download or you were unable to install the VirtualBox, right?
I installed the VirtualBox,
Okay.
but this is the server that I was not able to do that, but I was able to install VirtualBox.
You were able to install VirtualBox. Were you able to download the IS so far?
No. Yes, I was able to download it, but not install.
Okay, so you were unable to set up. So, what error were you receiving? Why do you say is your PC?
Let me see. Maybe I
Okay,
can
so
share my screen, right?
yeah, yeah. So you can share your screen so that maybe you can all see it and uh, we can, we can gain from that. So, but then, do we have? Because I know there are some people that just joined the session. So, do we have anybody that just joined the session? I mean, that just joined the group and the person is on the call. Hello, hello. Do we have any new joiner on the call? Okay, so I don't. Nobody's speaking. So, Usman, I'm actually on another call though. So Usman will be the one to take it up. But Usman, are you there?
Yeah, I just joined today.
Oh, okay, Michael. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, good.
So, do you
Yeah.
mind introducing yourself?
Okay, my name is Michael Andrew. I'm an entrepreneur and based in Jos.
Based in Jos,
Yeah.
Jos Nigeria. Oh, okay, okay, cool. You're welcome. So, we've had series of sessions, and we've done a lot of tasks, right? So what we are going to do is that probably we'll get to connect later so that you set up your own environment. Um, there is do you have the document that lists out all the course outlines that we are going to be doing? Do you have the document with you?
I think I don't because I just joined the group I think a day ago or 2 days
Mhm.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm coming. Chidi. Hello, Chidi. Are you also a new member?
Yeah. No, no,
I can
no.
just
Good evening, boss. Good evening, everybody. Yeah,
oh,
so
okay.
the my major problem has been for a few days I've been battling that the part two. I've done you gave us a list of things to do. I've done the local Active Directory. I've created the organization. I've installed the Microsoft Entra. The configuration has been like giving me issues. Like I've I've been so confused about how to do, but I've tried everything I could find on the internet. Keeps like it wasn't just working for me.
What
So
configuration is
I'm
that?
the part where I'm at is that Microsoft Entra signing configuration. So I'm at where like uh, UPN suffix is like it's supposed to like match to the domain that I've verified. I've verified the domain, but like UPN is not matching to the domain that I created.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't even know. It's just that's where I'm at. Like saying
Okay,
not
okay.
added. So I created a new domain, saying not added, and I've been stuck there for like a few days now. I don't know. Not nothing. Like, I've not had like a headway.
Okay, okay. So no problem. We can also get to look at it as well. Right.
Right. All right. Thank you.
Michael.
Yes,
So,
boss.
so yeah, so are you a new member?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay, so do you mind introducing yourself?
Okay, so like I said earlier, my name is Michael Andrew and I'm an entrepreneur based in Jos.
Oh, okay, sorry, you are done that introduce yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry. Okay, so like I said, I would probably will get to connect. Maybe you connect with me or you connect with Usman later so that you set up your
Oh,
demo environment. Then we'll share then we can have a brief session with you just to brief you on what we've done so far. Then
all right.
we'll show you the tasks so that you can start performing the tasks with us as well.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. So I saw that someone just joined. I've not seen this person before. Adeboye Mubarak. Are you a new member?
Yes.
Okay, Okay, a new member. Do you mind introducing yourself?
Adeboye Mubarak, graduate of biological science. Hello.
Department of Biological Science.
I said I'm a graduate of biological science, biology.
Oh, okay. A graduate of Biological Science. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So you are welcome. You are a new member. Probably we'll get to connect myself, yourself, Michael, then probably Usman. So we can connect later. We'll set up your demo environment for you. Then on the group chat, I'm going to share a document on the group chat. Even though it's been there, I'm going to repost it again. So that's the document we've been following. There are a lot of tasks there that we'll keep on doing. And I'm sure anybody that is able to complete that task, I mean those tasks in that document, I'm sure the person will be a guru. So we'll take it up from there. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So at this stage, Usman, I'll hand over to you to continue from here. Let me join the other session. Usman, are you here?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening,
Yeah,
everyone.
good evening. Yeah, so I think someone was trying to share a screen then. If we can look at that, then we continue. So once we're
All
able
right.
to, we can just use few minutes to check one or two people's issue. Then we'll proceed to the next step.
All right. Okay.
So
Yeah, good
Debbie, you
evening,
can share your
everyone.
screen. Yeah. Okay, so back to you. Join the session.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I think your screen is. I can see your screen. Okay. So, what's the issue with your environment?
I don't know. It's not. I think this is Windows installed, but like I don't know. It's not. I think I don't know what's. It's not just working.
So, this is a Windows VM, right? Or is it a Windows server?
I
Can
think
you
this is
spin it up yourself?
Windows. Spin it up. How do you mean?
As in, can you start this in the OS?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so can you navigate to the Windows that is running? Can you leave the VM?
Um, it's that's where I am. I think
Okay, you're not
I'm not on the
sharing
VM.
your screen. You're only sharing your virtual box.
Can you see my screen now? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can still see your virtual box. I don't know for any other person. Can we all see our
Okay, let
screen?
me stop on.
Yeah, I see virtual box. Deborah, just share your whole screen.
Even boss.
Can you see?
I can see your screen now. Okay. So can you press your right control button and delete?
Control what?
There's a control button on the right side of your keyboard. Can you press it with together with your delete button?
Okay. I just
Okay,
did
so
nothing.
yeah, good evening, everyone. For those of you just joining, so we're just trying to go through the last task, right? So once we are done with the last screen, we'll just do a recap of what has been taught, and we can continue from there. Okay, so can you enter the password?
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to password. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. This is a Windows OS. Can you click on the start button? So can you click on that power button? Yeah. So yeah, click on the power button.
Done.
Yeah, so you can. So this is a Windows OS. So what you are meant to download was a Windows servers. We have different type of OS. We have the Windows OS, which is your normal PC, right? So the laptop you are
Mm.
using, you might be using a Windows 10 or Windows 11, right? But what you were meant to download was a Windows server. I don't know. Does anybody has a Windows server that I can share to us so Deborah can see? Yeah, so we are still going to make use of this Windows OS. I'm not saying you should delete it, right? But what we need
Okay.
right now is Windows Server. I don't know if you got that, Deborah.
Yeah, I got that.
Right. Yeah,
But
sorry.
I was not able to. That was even the like that's the issue. But I don't know. Maybe I
Okay, if
might
there's
connect with
anyone,
you at some points later, if just so we
there's
don't
no
use the
problem.
whole time for this
Yeah,
class for
there's no
to do
problem.
the.
Yeah, right. So is there any other person with a Windows Server? Is there anyone willing to share?
Hello, good evening. I also have a Windows
Yeah,
Server.
good evening, sir. All right, sir. Good evening, sir. Please, can you share your screen? All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir, I can see your screen. I don't know for others, but I can see your screen.
Okay.
So can you go into
Control
your
delete.
server? Yeah, control delete, yes. Thank you. Hello, Deborah.
Yeah.
Hello. And every other person. So if once you download a Windows server, right? So if you spin up your Windows server, that's if you start your, sorry, I'm using spin. So if you start up your Windows server, right? So just get used to that word spin. So if you start up your Windows server, right? So you should get this interface. So this is just a server manager, right? This is where you can manage all your everything about your Windows server, right? So can you please minimize this server manager, Mr. Lawal?
Okay.
Can you please minimize it? Yeah, thank you.
I've done that.
Yeah, please minimize this Active Directory. So we
I've
can
done
all
that.
see that the interface is almost the same thing like your as your Windows OS, right? But just the difference is just that this is a server, right? So it comes with the server manager, right? So the task we were given was to download a Windows server, right? So from the previous class, so I'll just use this opportunity to start the recap of the previous class because of those that are just joining us. Right, so from the previous class, we talked about what the Active Directory is, right? And I said our Active Directory is just our directory on the on-premises, which is this Windows server, right? So I also talked about our Azure Active Directory, which is now called the Entra ID, right? And I said the Entra ID is the Active Directory that is on the cloud that is being managed by Microsoft. But this particular Windows server, it is owned by Microsoft, but it is managed by you because you are the one downloading it. If you go to some organizations, right, they have a computer that they use specifically for a server, right? Why some people just spin up their server on the cloud and they just keep it on their device, right? So this is an Active Directory. So let me show you why it is called an Active Directory. So it is a directory. We all know what a directory is, right? A directory is used to store objects, and our objects can be, we can have our user object. Mr. Lawal, please, can you go to your, where you have that tools, can you click on tools? Can you click on tools?
Okay.
Yes, so because Mr. Lawa has promoted his server to a domain controller. So when we talk about a domain controller, so he is controlling everything that belongs to the domain, right? So that's what just the domain controller refers to. So it is just a server that is controlling every other thing that is linked to it. So that's why if this server now can control everything that Mr. Lawal has created on it. So now you can see Active Directory, Admin Center, Domain and Trust. We have the users and computers, right? Can you please select the users and computers so they can understand what we are referring to? So I might not really teach us what the Active Directory is. So that's why we gave you the task so that you can learn about what is called the forests, right? And what is called the trees. So now this is the Active Directories and computers. Here you have the bowlers.local. Can you please select that? Click on that drop down. Yes, no, can you click on that drop down? I want to see it on the left pane. Can you click on the drop down? Can you select the drop down? No, where you have
This
the
one.
bowlers.local. Yes, can
Okay.
you click on the drop down? Yeah, there's a drop down. Yes, that's it. Can
Okay.
you click on it? Yes, thank you very much. So we all understand that on our Entra portal, right? I don't know if there's a way we can navigate to the Entra portal, but we all know that on the Entra portal we have the place for our users, our groups, our devices, right? Which is also our computers, right? The same thing of is what is replicated on the AD. Remember, this AD is the domain controller that is on the on-premises, right? So if you look at the left-hand side now, you can see computers, you can see users, right? So, but the difference is just that on our AD, we have what we call organizational units. On that Bowlers, can you please right-click on it? Can you please right-click on that Bowlers? Yes. So let's right-click on it. So can you go to where you have new? Can you go to where you have the new? Yes. Can you please select on that? Okay, just hold on. So you can see if you want to create a new object. So we call them objects. We call them objects. Why do we call them object? We call them object because that's the best way we can represent them. So they are called objects. So if you want to create a new computer, right? So you can easily create a new computer from here, right? You can see computer objects. We can see organizational units, right? We can see our users, and we can also see our shared folder, right? So this is the Active Directory. So I'll just okay. What I should do is right. Mr. Lawal, have you also downloaded the AD Connect?
I've not done that. I know I'm going to do
Hello,
that,
Mr.
but I've
Lawal.
not done that.
Okay, so I think we'll do that. Yeah, I think we'll do that on this call so that everybody can see what we're talking about, right? So let me just do a recap, right? So what we are talking about is so can we okay, let me share my screen, then we'll come back to your
Okay.
screen, Mr. Lau. Is that
Should
fine?
I, should I stop sharing it?
Right. Yeah, I can just take the sharing from here.
Okay.
So please confirm if you can see my screen. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Okay. I can see your screen, sir.
Network. So please let's confirm if you can see my screen. Hello, can anyone see my screen?
Yes.
All
I
right.
can
Okay,
see it
thank
here.
you. Okay, so just like we were discussing, right? So I will just do a quick recap for those that are just joining us, please. So this is the Entra portal on my left, right? So the Entra portal is the cloud Active Directory, right? So I will explain what the Active Directory is, right? So when we talk about Entra, so we are talking about identity and access management. So when we talk about identity and access, so just identity. On Entra, we have different type of identity. So if I'm talking about identity, right, I am very, very sure we all understand what identity is. If somebody tell you, please show me your identity card, right, it means show me your ID card. What's what signifies that you are this person, right? That's your identity. So on Entra, we have various kind of identity. You can see the user. I have the user on my. So I have the user on this. Okay, so let me just continue. I don't know why this is not. So I have the users on my left. So we have the user identity, right? So we have our user identity. So when we talk about our user identity, we're talking about our so we're talking about users like me, you, your colleagues in the office, right? That's the user. So sorry, I'm just doing a recap for those that are just joining us for the first time. Right, that's the user identity, right? So I want to talk about our group identity. So for the group identity, the group is just it can be a collection of users. Let's say, for example, we are all of us on this group now, on this call now, we are all in the same place of work, right? But we all have different departments. Let's say IT, finance, accounting, right? So if everybody is now grouped together, right? Let's say four of us are grouped to one particular department, right? So that's when you're talking about your groups, right? So you are being grouped to one department. So the group can be a collection of users, right? They can also be a collection of other groups, or they can be a collection of devices, right? So that's the group identity. So look at all these users, they are an identity to us. Our groups is also an identity. Our devices are also an identity, right? Our applications, right? Let's say, for example, your banking application and all that, they are also identities. But on the AD, which is the Active Directory, on our AD, so if we come to on our AD, right? So let me open the So on our AD now, so we call them objects, right? So you can see your computer objects, you can see your user objects. I don't have any group created here, right? Okay, I think I have a group. Okay, I have an OU, right? So you can see all of these. So they are all called objects, right? But on the entrance side, they are called identities. So we have the user identity, we have the device identity, we have our group identity. So this application identity, they can also be called service principals, right? So when you hear me talking about service principals, so let's know we are talking about our applications, right? We are talking about our services. I'm also talking about our managed identity. I'm talking about special types of service principals. So don't let these names should I say triggers. So they are just new, they are just normal things. When you start working on them, you all get to understand why they are called service principles, why they are called managed identities, right? So we also have our device identity, which is our devices, right? Our laptops, your computers, right? They are called your device identity. So the last one is we also have our guest identity. Let's say, for example, you are inviting somebody to your organization. So those people coming into your organization, because they are not staff of your company, they will be called what guests, right? So they are guest users, they are guest identity. So we have different type of identity. So why is this called identity and access management? So when we are talking about access, right? All of us, we all work in various companies or various organizations. I'm very sure before you can enter somebody's company, you will need an identity. You need an ID card to take you in. And even if you are able to go in, let's say, for example, you are visiting and you are being given a temporary access pass, you have levels of places you can access. You can't just go into some places, right? You can't access some places, right? So that is called identity and access, right? So it identifies you, it gives you your level of access, and it tells you what you can access. So, but under the access, we are not looking at that access for our organization. What we are looking at now is we are looking at the authentication and authorization. So don't look at those words, they are just normal words. So from the word authentication, authenticate, right? It's just to grant access that is needed, right? So it's just the way when you get to the front of your office, the security there looks at your pass and it allows you in, right? So that's what the authentication means. It's just granting you the access you need, right? So it's identifying that you are who you are. So that's just your authentication. So it authenticates you, you come inside. It is not the authentication that will tell you that this is where you can go or this is where you cannot go. It is just telling you that, okay, you can go inside this place, right? So that's the authentication. Then the authorization, remember I said we are talking about authentication and authorization. So when you say authorization, authorize, to authorize something, right? So, authentication has granted you the access to go in. So now the authorization is telling you that, okay, this is the level of access you can do. This is what you can do. This is what you cannot do. You can go into the CEO's office, right? But you cannot go into our server room. That is authorization. It is authorizing you. It is telling you this is the level of access you have. You can't do this, you can't do that. Though you are inside my organization, but you can't do this, you can't do that. Right? That's what authorization is just talking about. So when we talk about our identity and access management, so just remember that we are talking about two things. We are talking about what the authentication, and we're also talking about the authorization. But now, you remember I told us that our Entra, right, is not just about the authentication and authorization. If you also see on the Entra, we also have what we call permission management. We have the verified identity. We have our global secure access, right? That's because Entra is expanding beyond just authentication and authorization. We'll get to that. So I don't know if there's any question before I continue. If there's any question as regard the authentication and authorization, or if I should continue. All right. So, please, I just want to know if we are all following. Probably a thumbs up, so I can confirm we are all following. All right. Thank you very much. So, but if there's any question, please. No, I'm not perfect, right? So if there is any place you notice I'm making a mistake, you can always call me back. All right. So that's just the brief or that's the recap about the authentication and our authorization, right? So I'll not go too deep into authentication, right? I'll not go too deep into authentication. I think we can all read about authentication because authentication is not just a one-day topic, right? So before now, on our AD, right, we have several ways of authenticating on the AD. We have what we call the NTLM authentication, right? So you can just take note of that and go and read about it later, right? So we have the NTLM authentication. So the NTLM authentication is the old way of authenticating to the AD, right? So because of the hackers are getting so sophisticated, right? So NTLM is very easy to bypass because of it does not require MFA, right? So Microsoft changed in 2000 from NTLM authentication to what we call the Kerberos authentication. So when we talk about the Kerberos authentication, so what you just need is you need the ticket, right? So it's just like you go to a movie, you go to the cinema, right? You purchase a ticket to watch a movie. So when you purchase that ticket to watch a movie, if let's say for example I purchase a ticket to watch, sorry, I don't watch movie. Okay, I purchased a ticket to watch Man U versus Chelsea. Sorry about that. So once I get into the cinema, I went to where they are playing Barca Madrid, right? So what happens? The authentication system kicks me out because I have not gotten the right tickets. I don't know. I'm just using that so that we can understand, right? So I don't watch movies. So So I purchased a Man U Chelsea ticket, right? But I'm going to watch a Barca Madrid match. So what happens is the Cabals ticket, right? So we call it a ticket granting system. It kicks me out of the environment because I'm having a ticket, right? But I'm not having the right tickets to access the right resources. So that's why Microsoft moved from NTLM to Cabals, right? That's the Cabals authentication. So you can also read about the Cabals. So we have other type of authentication. We have the LDAP, right, which is the lightweight directory protocol, right? So we also have what we call our radius, right? So there are different type of authentication system, but what is mainly used these days is what we call the Cabals ticket, right? So we also have our SAML and also our OAuth 2. So that's that about the Active Directory authentication, right? So, but when we come to our intra, right? Because in our intra, remember I told us that because of COVID-19, most organizations has moved from on-site to hybrid and remote, right? So now some organizations are working hybridly. That means they have resources on their own premises. That's in the organization. When I talk about on premises, it means in your physical environment, the on premise. You also have resources on the cloud, the way you're having your Entra. So your Entra is on the cloud. I can access it from anywhere, right? So I also have my own premises. Before I can access it, it's just like some bankers, right? If you go into the bank, you can access many of your banking app. But if you step out of the bank, you can't access them. Why? Because they are on premises, they are not on the cloud, right? But Entra has made life so easy that you can access whatever application you are making use of on the premises. You can access them over the cloud. We'll talk about that. It's part of what we are learning, right? So when you now come to Entra, we also have what we call the authentication and authorization, right? So because of Entra is an hybrid environment, it's a cloud environment, but you can make use of it hybridly. So if you want to benefit from that, so that's when we now start talking about our OIDC, that's our Open ID Connect, right? We can also talk about our WS Federation, and we can also talk about the SAML authentication, right? So we'll discuss about that better. I'm just trying to do a recap for those that are just joining. So moving forward, we talked about how we can create users. So how you can create your users, right? So let's say, for example, you have new staffs in the organization, right? You can just come to Entra, you can come to this place, create a new user, or you can invite an external user, right? So the same thing happens on your AD. For those of us that does not have the AD, I don't know, let me increase expand my screen. So for those of us that does not have the AD, the same way you can create your users on the cloud is the same way you can also create your users on the on-premises. If I want to create a user now, say for example, I've already created an organizational unit called Cyber Range Headquarter. So I have three departments. I have my accounting department, I have my HR department, and I also have my security department. So just look at this. This is why we call this a directory. You can see that it is putting them in each directory, right? But on the cloud, we just have everything. So what we can use to differentiate them is a group. So we have a group on the cloud, right? So what I can easily do is I already have a user in accounts department. The user is called Ben Mensa. So if I want to create a new user, I just come on the account department, I right click on it, I select new, and I click on user, right? So if I want to create a new, I can just call the user Abiodun, right? Abiodun Lawal. So if I call the user Abiodun Lawal, we can see that instantly the AD gives that user his full name called Abiodun Lawal, right? So I can now create a logon for the user. I can now say, okay, this user is called Abiodun Lawal, right? Or I can just say A Lawal, right? So the name of my organization is cyberrange.local. The organization can be probably at organization.com, right? So what happens is this user now becomes a lawal at cyberrange.local. If he wants to sign in, he now signs in using this a lawal at cyberrange.local, right, with his password. So it is very, very easy. This is how your IT administrators create your users in the organization, right? When you are new in an organization, they will tell you that this is your username and this is your password. So this is how they create it. There's nothing special about it, right? So you can just go on next. So when you go on next, this is where they enter your password. I say, okay, your password is 1234, right? Your password is 1234. So you can now say, okay, user must change password as next login. This is why you see that when you enter your username and your password, they will now, and that password they give to you, they will now tell you to change your password, right? So this is how it is done. So there's nothing so special about it. And also on the cloud, the same thing happens. The way we have done it on the on-premises is also the same thing on the cloud. You can see if I enter the user's name, let me enter the user's display name. Let me say, okay, Abiodun Bakari, right? So I can come to the user display. I can say, okay, it's A Bakari, right? So it becomes A Bakari at this.onmicrosoft.com, right? So that is just how it is being created. So there's nothing so special about our users. And so sorry for those of us that have been on the class. If I know we've all done this, I just had to go back because of the new users, right? So we already have our AD, which is our domain controller, right? So how to convert the domain for those of us that wants to download our server. So once you download your server, right? So it is very, very easy to promote your server to a domain controller. So when you install your server, right? So after installing your server, you are not going to see this ADDS. I have promoted my server to a domain controller. That's why I have the ADDS. I've also configured a DHCP server, right? For those of us that will be delving into network security, right? So you get to know about your DHCP, your DNS, right? This your DHCP is just when you go on your computer. Let me go on my computer. So if I come here, so please. So please. Okay. So, like this. Okay, so when I come to my computer, right? So this is out of scope, right? But I'm just trying to let us know, right? So if I come to my IP version 4, so like this now, right? So my PC is automatically getting its IP address. You can see obtain an IP address automatically, right? So that's what the DHCP does. So it's a dynamic host, right? It dynamically gives my laptop an IP address, right? But if I don't want to get the IP address dynamically, what would I do? I'll just come to use the following IP address, right? I'll just come here. I just enter the IP address I want, 192.168. Let's say .10.3, right? So once I do this, I just click out and enter my subnet mask. You can see, so it automatically generates that subnet mask for me, 255.255.255.0, right? So if I like, I can enter a default gateway. So this is what the DHCP does. So the DHCP automatically gives you an IP address, which is what your network guys would have done in your environment, right? So for every computer, everybody has a an IP address. So I've done that on my domain controller and also done a DNS, right? So a DNS is just a domain name resolution. So let's say, for example, if I want to go to google.com, Google has its IP address. Let's say 8.8.8.8. That is Google's IP address. But I cannot be thinking of 8.8.8 because I have so many things on my head. What I just do is I type google.com on my browser, right? So what happens is this domain name system, right? The DNS is going to route that google.com to its IP address, right? So that's how it works, because computer does not understand google.com, right? Computer works with zeros and ones. So it has to route it back to its own language. So for those of us that will be going to network security, right, this is just a cloud security. We'll get to understand this better. Okay, so going back to the domain controller, this is a server. If I want to promote my server to a domain controller, I'll just come to manage, right? I select add rules and features. So once I select this, you are going to get this wizard. So just click on next. Whatever you are doing, just keep selecting next, 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 next. Don't mind them. Anything they are giving you as default, just use it. As long as you are not doing something for an organization, you are just doing a test environment. So select next again. Ignore this one, select next. So when you get here, because I already have my AD, so you can see this is ticked already. If you can see this Active Directory domain service, right, installed. So because this is what I want, I'll just tick on this. But if I want something else, I talked about our LDAP, right, which is the this LDAP, Lightweight Directory Service. If I want to install my LDAP, I just click on this. You can see to ask me to add my features. I select add features. The same thing happens for your ADDS. That's your domain, your AD. So I will call it AD because AD is shorter, Active Directory. But the full name is Active Directory Domain Services. But I will not be calling it ADDS. It's too long. I'll just be calling it AD. So if there's any question, we can always ask, please. So yeah, I might not be able to see the screen, but you can just unmute and speak. So the ADDS, right, is called the AD. I always use the short form. So I'll just click on this. You can see it will ask me to add feature. I'll do that. Then I just keep selecting next, 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 next. Even on your features, just select next because you don't have anything serious you are doing, right? That's just ignore all of this. Keep selecting next, 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 next till you get to where they will ask you to install. Just select your install and install the feature, right? Once you are done installing the feature, you come back to this place where you have the notification. It will tell you to promote this server to a domain controller, select it and continue. At the end of the day, you see you have promoted this server into a domain controller. So one benefit of promoting a server to a domain controller, I've just said, so that you can manage every other devices that are on that network. Right? That's why you are promoting to a domain controller. Right. So that's number one, right? So now I've promoted this server to a domain controller.
Sorry, boss. I didn't really get what you did there. I didn't get what you did there. Promoting
Okay.
the servers to the domain controller. I
Okay. Do
didn't
you want me
really.
to start again?
No, just that promoting
Okay.
the server
All
to
right.
the domain controller to be
Okay. So
available.
is there anybody with a server that we can work on that has not promoted it to a domain controller? So let's work on it. Is there anyone? If there's anyone we can work on a server. Okay. So Mr. Lawal, you can share your screen. Let's just work with your server. Yeah. Let's work with your server, Mr. Lawal.
So it's coming up. It's coming up. Can you see it, Mr. Osman? It's still coming up. Okay.
I think it's up now. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So I think we'll just work with Mr. Lawal's device, right? So Mr. Lawal, you can just navigate. So Mr. Lawal, do you have any users created on this yet?
Yes, I
Okay, so
created
can
it.
you show us your users? So expand the bowlers.com, the local, sorry. Can you expand it? Can you expand the left so that they can see what is on the right? Let's expand on the left. So whatever we are doing, they can see it on the right. Yeah, expand that. So where's your users? Where did you create them?
I think I created one in IT department.
IT. Okay, that's
So
fine. Okay,
Farouk
so
Bakri.
all right.
This is
So do you have your Intra portal?
okay. I do.
All right. Okay. So let's go to the Intra portal. So let's go on your users on Intra. So let's select all users. Okay. So let's start like this, right? So Mr. Lawal has a cloud environment, which is this entra.microsoft.com, right? The Entra is his Active Directory. Oh, you already have a Farouk Bakari. Okay, no problem. We'll create another user on the on-prem. So now, Mr. Lawal has these users on the cloud, right? But Mr. Lawal is an hybrid environment, meaning he has infrastructure on the on-premises and he also has users on the cloud, right? So this way now, Mr. Lawal is operating two organizations. That means he has organization on the cloud and he also has on the on-premises. But in the right sense, Mr. Lawal has just one company, right? Which is MedPlus Pharmacy. So now, Mr. Lawal now wants to leverage on the power of the cloud. He wants to make his organization an hybrid organization, meaning that these users on the on-prem on the cloud must use the resources that are on the on-prem, and the users on the on-prem must use the resources that are on the cloud. So, Mr. Lawal, can you please go on your server? So what we need to do first is, right, we need to promote this server to a domain controller. But because Mr. Lawal has done that already, we'll just show us. So can you click on your server manager? So if you want to download anything on your server, but though in the normal sense, it is not advisable to use internet on your server, right? So you're supposed to do a proxy, but because we are still learning, right? So that's why we're allowed to use internet on the server. There's nothing significant on this server. But on the normal in the normal real world, you don't use an internet on the server because of the hackers, right? So what you should do is use a proxy. So you set up another server, right? So that server will be the proxy to your domain controller. I don't know if you get that. Hello.
Yes, we do. We get it.
Yeah, all right. So on the normal in the normal world, right, you don't connect internet to your server. So you set up a proxy, right? So from that proxy, your domain controller can connect to the internet. So now we want to promote this to a domain controller, right? So what you do first is can you click on that local server? Can you click on local server? Local server. Yes, click on it. So let's look at the screen, everyone. So on this local server now, you can see where it has work group. You can see that work group has changed to domain. Look at that place Mr. Lawal has domain. We can also see that the domain, the domain is called bowlers.local. This is because this is on the domain, right? So on that, can you click on that bowlers.local, Mr. Lawal? Let's select it, please. Okay, so now this is what Mr. Lawal has done. Where you have that to rename this computer or change its domain or work group, can you click on that change? Can you select the change? Yeah, let's click on the change. Yes, can you click on OK? Okay, you've changed. So you cannot. Okay, so now this was what happened. Your normal laptop, your laptop at home. So once you start your laptop or once you buy your laptop, it will be on work group. So this work group means it's just a normal laptop, right? But the laptop you are being given at the office, if you check the laptop will be on domain, right? So it means that the laptop is on a domain. Mr. Lawal's system now is on this bowlers.local. So that's the difference between your normal laptop and a laptop that is sitting on the domain, right? So now let's cancel this. I know it might seem maybe too advanced to others, but I know with time we will all understand this, right? So let's cancel it. So now to promote this server, let's ignore that we have ADDS here, and also let's ignore that we have bowlers.local. So to promote this server to a domain controller, what we do is on your right hand side, can you please select or manage? So you select manage, click on manage. Yes. So select add roles and features for those of us that did not get it. So click on add roles and features. Yes. So now we want to promote this server. Can you minimize this so we can see the full screen? Sorry, can you click on that? Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you very much. So now if you want to promote your server to a domain controller, or if you want to install any feature on your server, this is where you come to install them. Right. So click on next. So if you see this role-based or feature-based, just ignore this, leave it at the default. Now select next again. Right. So where you have this select next, just ignore this. So let's ignore it. Just select next. Okay, so now this is where we have the roles we want to create for the server, right? So if you look at this now, where you have the Active Directory domain services, so that's the AD, that's called the domain controller. So because Mr. Lawal has already installed the AD service, that's why he has it ticked, right? But if you want to install any other thing, what you just do is, let's say for example, we want to install a web server. Can you click on that web server IIS? Let's install a web server on this. Can you click on the web server? Yes, let's select it. So once you select it, what happens is it takes you to this page. It asks you to add the feature, right? So what you should do is click on add features. I don't know if we are still following. So select the add features, right? So now it has been selected, the feature has been added, right? So what you need to do now is to click on next. So can you select next? So let's select next. Okay.
Do I click
So
on next
now
again?
select next again. Sir? No, we are
Okay,
not installing, just select next again. Yeah, so select next again. So now you have the install. I don't know if everybody is now on this page. If everybody is on the install page, right? So what you can now do is now select the install. Can you click on install? Let's just install it. So select the install. Okay. So this is what happens, right? So it starts to install your ADDS, right? So this is what happens. It installs that ADDS for us. So once it's done installing with the installation, you are going to see that the installation is done. Then you can close it. I don't know if we got that now. For those of us that said they did not get the first one.
Yes, I get it now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So once we are done with this, I just want him to finish the installation so we can see how it is. Let's just wait for him to finish it. Okay. Mr. Lawak, on your edge, can you please open that edge? Can you open the edge? No, 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 not the edge on your laptop, on your DC. That's on your AD. Can you open the edge on your server? Yes, please open it. So sign into entra.com. So I want us to install the Entra Connect so everybody can see how these has to be synced. So let's go to your entra.com, entra.microsoft.com. Can you navigate there? Please, if there's any question, let's just ask. Any question, probably about authentication, authorization, your users. No, entra.microsoft.com. Entra.microsoft.com. So let's go there. Since we are still testing, we can browse on our server the way we like. Once you are in an organization, please don't browse on your AD. Don't browse on your AD.
I want to check my details.
All right, no problem. So you can probably stop sharing. When you are done, you can share again to conceal your password.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if there's any question why Mr. Alawawi is doing that. Is there any question? I'll take this time to ask the question. So you can close that restore page. Close the restore page. Okay. Yeah. So what we want to do now, right? Our previous tasks, right? So we asked everyone to download the AD Connect and try to sync their users that are on the on-premises to the cloud, right? So that those that are on the on-premises can use resources on the cloud, and those on the cloud can also do this, can also benefit from what is on the on-premises. Let's say, for example, if I am at home and I want to connect to probably my office application, maybe Finacle or the likes, right? I can easily connect to them, right? So that's why we are doing this. So can you on the left-hand side, I am on the top of your at the top of your screen where you have that Microsoft Enter Connect. There's a three navigation bar there. Can you click on it by the left-hand side? No, 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 no. By the left. Yes, can you click on it? Okay, so can you scroll down to protection? Can you open the protection? Sorry, click on identity. Identity, sorry. Identity. No, no, identity at the top. Open the identity. Yes. So scroll down. Scroll down. So select them, click on the show more. Okay, now scroll down. Scroll down. So open that hybrid management. Hybrid management. So select the Microsoft Entra Connect. So this was the Entra Connect we asked everybody to download, right? So the Entra Connect is what helps you to sync your users that are on the on-premise, both your users, both your devices and the likes, right? Let's say, for example, you have a user on the on-premises. You know, if that user is set the password the user have on the on-premises will not work for the one on the cloud, right? So the Entra Connect is also used to do that. So we call it password write back. So you're writing back your password to the Active Directory. So can you select the cloud sync and connect sync? Sorry, select the
I'm sorry,
connect
what
sync.
what what did you just call that thing? Password right back. I didn't get.
Yes, sir. Password write back. So what it means is you're writing your password back to the AD. If you change your password on the cloud, it writes back to the AD. So this is what makes it happen. So let's open the connect sync. So let's open the connect sync. So what we're going to do now is we are going to download the connect sync. So we are downloading it to our AD. So can you scroll down? So you can see because you don't have the sync yet, that's why you see sync has never run. So let's click on the download Microsoft Entra Connect. So select the download Microsoft Entra Connect. No, go back up. It's at the top. Yes, select that download Microsoft Entra Connect. So I'll just, while you download, no, go up, go up, go up, go up. Yes, select that download Microsoft Entra Connect. Can you come down a bit, please? Can you come down? Look at that place you have not installed. Come down to the middle of your screen.
Okay,
Come
here.
down. Yes, click on download. It should take you to a new site. So now select download. Scroll down and select download. So let's download it. I think time is fast gone. So let's be fast. So select the download. Okay. Yes. Okay, so now we can go back to the Active Directory. Can you go back to your server? Go back to your Active Directory. Yeah, you're on it already. Just go back to your server manager. Go to your server manager. Yes, that's it. Open that. So let's close
I don't know if you
this.
can share that link for the downloading of the website and the AD Connect with us
So
on the chat so I
to
can
download the
get
AD
it.
Connect, right? You can just search download AD Connect on Google. It will take you to Microsoft's download page. Let me start, Joseph.
Yeah, I got that. I was just thinking maybe we could just paste the link or something
Okay,
and
okay.
get it.
So is it possible for? I'm not sure he can paste that. I'm not sure he has enabled copy and paste on his server. So on his virtual machine. Rather. So can you close this? Let's close this. Let's close this, please. Okay, so can you open your server manager again? Let's open the server manager. No, your server manager. Your server manager. Can you open it?
Ah, what did you go to? It's my server manager. Window running.
So please just give me some time. I'm leaving the. Yeah, hello, Mr. Lawal. Yeah, sorry about that. So can you click on that tools? Let's select tools. Let's select tools. Okay, so let's go to users and computers. So what I want to is I want us to create like 2 or 3 users. We can confirm that we have the users on the cloud. So let's do that. So let's create a user. Let's be fast with that because of the time, please. So let's go to biolas.local. Can you open it? No, open the biolas.local. No, just
Okay. Okay, this is it, Abo.
Expand,
This is it.
expand the borders the local. Yes, expand the borders the local. Always expand it so you can see everything under the directory. Expand the borders the local.
Expand, you mean here?
Yes, you can expand it from the side. There's an arrow by that before the borders
Okay.
the local. Can you expand it
Okay.
from there? Yes. Okay, so can you expand the IT or you can expand your users? So let's create 2 users. There's nothing under the IT. So right click on that IT. Right click on the IT. Right click. So where you have the new, select users. Let's quickly create 2 users. Cut of time. So let's just give them random names. Don't give them the name of users on the cloud. Let's give them different names so we can confirm that they are the users. Different names. These 2 users are fine.
Is that fine?
Yeah, anything is fine. We just need 2 users. So just give me any password. Any random password. So we can okay, yeah, finish. So let's do the other user. Right click on the IT again. A new user.
Sorry,
So we
sorry,
have to click
Usman
on the
and
folder. We have to left click on the folder before we can create users. Does it
I'm
depend?
coming, I'm coming, I'm
Can we
coming
use
there.
any other folder?
I just want to speak for you. Sorry, Usman, Mr. Lawal
Yeah, hello,
and
boss.
Co. Yeah, so I just want to confirm, is there everybody on the call, are they actually following? Is there anyone that is lost, right? That is kind of lost, right? Um, are we all following? Debbie, are you getting it? Tajiri, everybody, Manuel, John, and Co. Are we following? Are we getting it? And I like the fact that
Yes.
it's even Lawal that is sharing his screen so that everyone can get to see that it's from his end. So we are getting it right.
Yes, I'm getting it. For me, because I've not been able to do it on my laptop. So on my company's laptop, I use immersive labs, and I've been able to, because all those things are already installed there. So I've been able to do all of this. So yes, I'm following. Even though I
Okay.
can't do it on my personal system at the moment, but unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, so on your personal system, because if you have access to Azure, you can download I mean you can spin up the one in Azure. Once you have it, everything they are doing there, you can also do there.
So I put here.
I'm coming. So that's that, cha. All right, you can continue.
All right, thank you, boss. Okay. So how we are actually doing all of this user creation and like is just so we can understand the basics of and we can understand how users are being created, right? So because normally as a security person, I'm not sure you'll be expected to create users in wherever you're working, but it's just for us to understand how users are created, how all this come together, right? Because before you can protect anything, you should I believe that you have to understand how that thing is being made. So can you expand? Can you click on the IT? Can you select the IT? Let's confirm that we have our user. So can you refresh? Look at that green button to refresh. Can you refresh? Okay, so do we have our users now? So are these the users you just created, the Femi and the Toby?
Yes, yes. Farouk Bakri
All right,
attended
okay.
before.
So let's confirm that the AD. So let's confirm that the AD Connect is now downloaded. Let's confirm that the AD Connect is downloaded. So you can go back to the Edge browser. Sorry, Mr. Now I think we might need to move fast because of time. We have less than 30 minutes. So yeah, the Edge browser, the download is completed. Okay, so can you go to your Entra Connect? Before we install it, I want to explain something on the Entra. No, can you go
Entra,
back to the Entra?
is it Entra Connect on
Your Entra
my
page. Can you go to the
normal
Entra?
browser?
No. Your Entra page on your Edge browser.
Yes.
Yes. So let's go to our users. Yeah, let's go to users. Let's go to users. Okay, if your browser is, if your server is slow, can you go on your normal computer? If you have it open on your normal computer. Do
Okay, I think.
you have this open on your computer?
Okay, let me go there.
If you have it open on your computer, so let's go there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So let's go there. Okay, so let's leave this like this. So if you can see Mr. Lawal's screen, right? So Mr. Lawal, look at that place you have. Okay, let me just look at this place you have that plus new user. There's a two arrow facing the left hand side. Can you click on it? Here you have that plus new user. There's two arrow by the side. No. Come to the right, left. Come to your left. You see two arrows there. Come to the left. Go to the left a bit. No. Beside that beside the new user, you see that two arrows,
This okay,
just like the
here.
Access Bank arrow, just like that says yes, that Access Bank arrow. Yes, click on it. Okay, thank you very much. So we can all see Mr. Lawal's screen, right? So let's see this user, Adejoke Rene. We have Adejoke, we have Farouk, we have Keziah, we have Oladuni, we have Olasimbo and Titilayo. They are all users on the cloud. How do we know that they are users on the cloud? If you look at that column where you have the on-premises synchronization, you can see that it is no. So when you see no, it means these users were created on the cloud. Right now, there's nobody on the on-premises that is on the cloud, right? So what we want to do now is those users that have been created on the cloud, on the on-premises, we want to sync them to the cloud, right? We want to make sure that they can all use the same resources. The same thing happens with the users that are on the cloud. We want to make sure that they can do the things the users on the on-premises can do, right? So now let's go back to the server. Let's go back to our server. So let's go to your files. Go to your files. Your file go to your file on your server. Your file is just before that edge. Can you click on file? Okay, if you're not
Is
getting
it
it, just go to your download this thing and open
okay? Is
the
it this
download you
folder you
just
mean?
did.
Is it this folder you mean?
Yes, open that here, the file explorer, open it. So let's go on our download. So let's go to downloads.
Do I double click? Can you see it, Mr. Osman?
Taking forever. So can you close this? If it's taking a long time, can you close it?
No, it has opened, Mr. Osman. I've
Let me
opened the
start
download.
now.
I've opened it. I've opened it.
Let me start our idea.
Yes.
Hello, can anyone see me? All right, okay.
I've opened it.
So
I
can you
can hear
click on
you.
downloads? All right, okay, thank you.
Can you see it now? I've opened it.
Okay, so can
Download.
you start the installation of the Azure AD Connect so everyone can see how it is being set up? So let's start the AD Connect. So let's install it. Let's
It's
install.
installing now.
Okay.
Can you see my screen, Mr. Osman?
Yes, I can see your screen, sir. So I just want to be sure everybody is following, every other person is following.
I'm following.
All right, thank you, Deborah, for the confirmation. Okay. So as the installation started, I can still see Azure AD Connect. I don't know if it's my network.
Yes. That is what I have here. I think I've installed it.
Sorry, can you close the file explorer? Are you done installing it?
Yeah, it just disappeared. The dialog box was showing that it was installing. All of
Okay,
a sudden, I didn't see it
just
again.
minimize the file explorer. Don't worry, minimize the file explorer. Minimize it. Minimize the file explorer.
I've done that. This is what I have.
Minimize it. So this installation requires CLS 1.2, but it was not anywhere. So please refer to this. Can you exit this? Please run the AD connect.
I've exited it.
So let's exit this. Have you exited it?
I've exited it.
Okay, so let's do this. So can you go to your events via?
I should go to my
Go
where?
to your events via. On your search for events via. Search for events via. So I want to try. I just want to troubleshoot the search for events via.
Event viewer.
Yes, events via. So open that app. Open the application. So the events via is used to troubleshoot whatever is happening on your device. So open this app.
Can
So
you
can
see
you
it now?
click on that Windows log? Let's open the application. Okay, click on the Windows log. Where you have that distance, select it. Windows log.
Window.
Windows log is on the left hand side. Can you open that Windows log?
I've opened it.
Log on your left. Expand the Windows. Let's expand that Windows log. The Windows log on the left hand side. Can you see it?
I've expanded it.
I think it's my network.
I've
Need to
expanded
see
it.
it. Okay, I can see it now. So open the application. Open application under the Windows log. If you've expanded the Windows log, so now open application under the
I've
Windows
opened
log.
it. I've opened it.
Okay. Okay, I think it's a lag on my end. So can any other person see his screen?
Yes, I can see the screen.
My network. Hello. So
I can see the screen also anyway.
Hello, Mr. Lawal.
Yes, I'm here with you. I'm
Hello,
here.
can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
I can hear you. You're audible, loud and clear.
Okay, so can you go back to your event here then? Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I think my network is bad.
Where do I go back to?
Let's go. Can you give me control? Is it possible?
Can I
So I
what?
don't delay everyone on the call. Can you give
Oh
me
yeah.
control?
Oh, yeah. Yes, you can go ahead, Abi.
Right.
You can go ahead, Mr. Usman.
Oh, yeah, we just share my screen. I think the network is messing up. Hello, Mr. Lawal.
Yes, I'm here with you, Mr. Usman. I
Okay,
can
yeah.
hear you,
So
sir.
can you click on that MSI installation? See that information where you have that 1033. Can you click on it? That 1033. Can you click on it? At the top of your screen, where you have that after the list. Yes, can you click on that event? You don't have to open, just click on it.
Where I have
Install the products.
where I have what?
And for installation success or start zero. Zero, zero. So let's close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. So go back to the application. Close all this, close everything on your screen. Close this and close the events viewer. Then minimize your to your desktop. Close this events viewer. Then minimize to your desktop. Let's see your desktop. Minimize to your desktop. Go to your desktop.
This is my desktop.
No, not your laptop. The desktop on your server. Your server. Your server. Your server. Not your laptop. Your server. Or you've closed the server.
I didn't close the server.
Okay, let's go to the desktop on your server. So minimize this Active Directory. Go to the desktop. Go on your desktop, please. Minimize this Active Directory users and computer. Minimize it. Go on the desktop. So open that Azure AD Connect. Start that Azure AD Connect. Start it. So let's see what's the current version of TLS. TLS 1.2. TLS 1.2 on your server. So can you
Does it
open
mean
that document? Sorry?
does it mean I have to download TLS 1.2?
Can you refer to that document? Click on that document. Let's see. So can you scroll down? Okay, hold on, hold on. I need to run. Sorry, let me see this. Okay, just hold on, please. Hold on. There's 1.2 requirements. Let's see, 1.2. I say we get CLS 1.2 for 7.
Um, Usman. Hi, Usman.
Yeah, no.
Hi, Usman. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you. I think you just need to go to registry editor and
Okay.
check the registry editor and check the TLS
Okay.
protocol to see if it's on
Okay.
1.2. If it's not on 1.2, we need to edit it to 1.2. We create a new key for it to 1.2.
All right. So can you help us with the part?
Okay,
PHP local.
I'll
Okay.
drop that for you on the group chat
All right.
now.
So can you? Okay. Thank you very much. So Mr. Lawal, on your
Yes.
search, can you search for? So on your search, can you search for regedit?
Okay, registrar editor.
Yes. So it's ready. Thank you.
Can you see it now?
Yes,
Yes. Can you
right
open it? I
click
can
on
see it now. Can you open it?
open with administrator.
So this is the new interface I have.
Okay. So Mr. Toma, can you help us with the part, or would you continue?
No, let me just
Okay, you
drop
can
the
just
part for
continue
you.
since you know the part.
Okay. Go to click on local machine. Like drop down the local machine. I mean, click on system. Like drop down the system too. I mean, you see current control set. Current control set. Here, drop it down. Click on control. Like drop down the control too. Drop down security provider. That's it. Drop it down. Yes, S channel should be there. Yeah, the channel. Yeah. Then click on protocol. Did you click it? Click it.
Yes, I've clicked it. I have default reg underscore sz.
It's not there. That's why it's not working. Um, right click on the protocol. Click on new. Okay. Click on the
Key, right?
key. Yeah, key. I think you should give it a name. Name
So
it
what?
TLX 1.2 space 1.2. Yeah,
Yes,
I
I've
think you should
entered it.
put that. Yeah, under the TLX 1.2, we have to create two more keys, which
So do I
will
right
create,
click?
yeah, right click. We'll create the client and the server.
Key, right?
Yeah, key.
Okay, I've done that.
Okay. We need to enable the protocol. It's hold on. Right click the protocol again. Can I see it?
I've done that.
Just hold on. Hold on. Let me confirm the stuff here. Okay, so for the client first, go back to the client. Right click. Click on new. Go to new. The D word 32. Yes. Click it. We have to make the value that is 0. We have to make it 1. I think it's there. Just say okay. I think you should put okay. Just okay there. Okay.
I've done that.
Wait. Now click on it again and edit.
You mean the new value, right?
Yeah. Edit it. Click on modify. Make it 1. Okay. Now do the same thing for the server. The D word.
The server is already 1.
No, edit it. Just say okay and edit it. Edit it again, please. The value might not be 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done that.
We need to create disable. Can you click on the client again? Client, right click on client. Go to new. I want to check something there. Okay. Okay. I think I'm done now. The disable by default. I think we need to create a disable by default, but I think it will work now. You have to restart your server.
Okay. So TLS is here now. TLS 1.2 enforcement.
Restart your server.
Do I go to this Azure AD?
No, you need to restart the server. Restart the server first. It will work actually, but just restart the server. Just close this first. Close.
So where do I go to now to restart it?
Usman, please, can you take over now, please? I don't know.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So can you click on that start button?
Here. Start button
Network
here.
is. Can you click on it? Have you clicked on the start button? Yeah, that's. Can you click on it?
There's it.
Okay, so can you select that power button? Yeah, so restart it. So it should ask you why you want to restart. Yes, just do continue. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tomiwa. I think it's Hello, Mr. Chidi.
Um, Good evening.
Yeah, good evening,
I
sir.
have a question for Mr. Atomura. Yeah, like when I was going through this process, I also had to
I don't
um,
sound smart.
do it like in
I sent something
.NET
to them, Osman.
framework.
You
So
can check it.
I don't know, like is it like this is like a different um,
Oh, sorry, Mr. Chidi. I don't know. I'm
format of
struggling to
writing?
hear. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Hello, can you hear me?
More.
Yes, I can hear
Wait,
you now,
more.
sir.
Yeah. So I have a question for Mr. Atomura, the guy who is like the for this stuff, right? This TLS problem, I had to also like do it in the .NET framework. So like but here you only did it for like via registry editor. So I'm like thinking if it's different or something.
I don't know if I'm the only one. I can't. Mr.
Okay,
Chidi.
yeah, I get what you said. So you have different
Yeah.
ways. If, for purpose of
Okay.
learning, that is why I have to go through the registry editor. Sometimes
Okay.
some of the virtual machine might require you might just have to download the registry editor and install, which is going to do the same process.
Okay.
Installing would have to go and create these things for you
Okay.
automatically, right? Now you did
Yeah.
it by yourself
Yeah.
online. So that's it.
But the thing is that it took me I had to redo it for like 6 different times. It just wasn't working. I don't know, at some point it just worked.
But it eventually works,
But
right?
yeah, but I'm stuck somewhere else. So that's like the problem I'm right now. But then thank you anyway, Sha.
Yeah. Right.
No, I can't hear Mr. Chidi.
So here I am, Mr. Osman.
So you can cancel this. You can start the Azure AD Connect again. So let's start the AD Connect again.
Did I go to
No,
the
no, no.
file
You don't have to install it. It's on your desktop already.
Okay.
You don't have to install it again. It was not enabled on the server.
And you're still giving that error.
Yeah, can you click on that? These documents. Can you click on it? So your battery is low already. I
Yes.
think we might. Yeah. I just want to see the document is referring to. So I think we can, because your battery and time is already fast spent, so we can just end this session here. But if there's any other question, okay, Intra Connect TLS 1.2. Okay, no worry, I'll get the documentation.
Okay.
TLS 1.2
Mr. Osman,
enforcement for Intra Connect. Sir,
will it not require this? I can see download PDF here. Will it not require something like that?
you can still
But I
download.
don't know. This one I'm pointing.
No, no, no. You have to download the PDF. Yeah, no, don't that PDF will download all these learn materials here. So I think what we can just do, because of your battery and the time is already, we're left with just 5 minutes. So what we can just do is you can stop sharing. Maybe we can just entertain questions and end the session. We can continue from there. Mm, yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Lawal, for sharing. And thank you, Mr. Tomiwa and Mr. Chidi, for your contributions. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much. So I don't know if there are any questions.
These
Let's
devices
take
are high
questions.
impact, critical assets, so he knows it is essential to have the grips.
Okay, yeah. So Usman, thank you.
If there are
And
any questions, we can
Tomiwa
take
and
questions, then we
Ko.
can end the session.
Service level agreement.
Am I audible, Usman?
Configuration level provides systems set on
Yeah, I can hear
Hello.
you, Farouk.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I said thank you so much, Usman, and thank you to everyone. Um, Even though I wasn't fully here, I was on another call, but I like the fact that it was actually interactive. And Tomiwa, thumbs up to you. Like I like the fact that at least people, once there are issues, people can come in and support other people, right? So I would love you to always continue like that. I expected John Adebite to also speak. John, are you on this call? John, hello, John Adebite. I was expecting John Adebite to also come in. John, can you hear me?
Hello, boss.
Yeah, I know
Yes, I
you
can hear you.
just.
Okay.
Are you back to Lagos? Because I know you had a trip today, but I was expecting you to also come in that aspect of AD Connect concerning that TLS. I'm sure you've encountered that error before in the past, right? So anybody can come in and support, right? It's just about updating the TLS, and um, you are going to do it from the registry. So just you can drop the link on the chat box. What's his name? Lawal. You can drop the link on the chat box, right? Everybody will view it. Me, myself and you, we can connect on it later, right? Tomorrow, you wanted to say something?
Yes, sorry. There's this. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt you. Farouk. Thank you. There's just one disable by default that we need to create. That's the last one on the registry. Or the other option is just for you to download it, the TLS 1.2, and install it. It would work. I think that's what I did for my own AD Connect. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's actually the best. That would be the best. This thing, it's just like you updating. What do we call this thing on group policy? Um, administrative template, right? So
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So if you have the link to download the template, right? You can help us drop it on the group chat, or you can drop it here so that um Lawal can get it from there and install it. It's
Okay.
straightforward.
Okay.
Right. Thank you. And please, I beg, if you have any issues, you can always post it on the group chat. We have gurus. We have gurus on this call. We have a lot of gurus. So please, once you have an issue, you don't need to wait for the next call, right? And I know some people have been doing that. Kudos to Lawa, kudos to every other people that have been doing that, right? So, but then we can also do that so that it can be interactive. Some people that have not even encountered that issue. So maybe if they encountered it while they are doing that, so they would have seen the best way to resolve the whole thing before coming to us again. So which will make it more lively. And also, concerning the fact that was it on Wednesday that I posted it that a lot of people are not turning up, right? So, what would actually encourage us is that when people are turning up, everything is being interactive. That's when we can always that's when the whole session will be kind of fun for, right? And we've not done anything, to be honest. We are still at the entry part. We've not even done. To me, we've not done anything. We are still preparing the environment. We still have a lot. We still have a lot. We still have a lot. We still have a lot to go to, and we are still also moving to Azure. So we have a lot. So I would encourage us, please. Let's. I know it's not easy. A lot of us are working. While I'm on this session, I was on another session, and I've joined another session again on a weekend. So I'm also very, very busy, but I'm trying to uh, squeeze my little time in it, and that's why I'm always bringing in Usman to come and help me, to come and train us, right? So please, let it be encouraging. Yeah, please. I know we can get there. So please, let's just take it up. And for those of us that And for those of us that just joined, right? So I don't know. You can reach out to me, you can reach out to Usman, you can reach out to maybe Tomiwa or anybody even you can reach out to anybody because everybody has actually set up their demo environment. So you can reach out to anybody, they can support you. And please, if they reach out to you, please support them. Let them have their demo environment so that they can join us. And I saw that Usman explained something around Entra, like he did an overview of it. So that would also help you brushing up. So please, Thanks to everyone. I can see we have about 15 people on this call, and I'm so happy about it. So I'm sure that the next session would have more than 15 people, so that it can be very, very, it can be a lively session, right? So thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone for joining the session, and I wish you a very lovely weekend. So we'll connect again on Wednesday. So, but then, Mr. Lawal, I'm sure that by before that Wednesday, you must have resolved your issue before then. Okay, yeah. So that's that. Thanks to
By,
everyone.
by the grace of God, I trust in God.
Yeah, and like I said during our first session that we are going to have a physical session soon. We are currently working on getting a location. It will be at Unilag, at University of Lagos. It will be at University of Lagos. So it will just be a session for all of us to get to see each other. Then we'd also get to work in a physical way, right? So we are currently working on that, and once the approval is granted, we'll have it on a weekend. So thanks to everyone. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you so
bye.
much.